Are we on?
Yeah. All right. Welcome back, everyone, to INACSL 2024 opening night in the exhibit hall. I am Teresa Gore. I am content manager for HealthySimulation.com and a past president of INACSL. And I'm here with Jared Jeffries, who is the owner, founder of Beaker Health. And so we're going to talk about how he is partnered with INACSL and what is Beaker Health.
Thanks, Teresa. It's great to be here and appreciate the opportunity. So Beaker Health is a content marketplace platform. So we're able to work with the leading healthcare organizations, more specifically within simulation, in order to resell that content and provide current and accurate content to other users outside their membership. So for example, University of Texas Health, San Antonio, has already purchased access for the content from INACSL.
All right.
So with this, all of their faculty who do simulation is able to use and be provided with the most up-to-date simulation. And the benefit for University of Texas Health in this example is that they don't have to curate, provide, and figure out how to provide that internal training. So internal training, of course, has a cost. Internal training has a time allocation. And so they're able to reallocate that faculty time into what they do best, which is take care of students,
Right.
while also maintaining the most up-to-date.
Right. So when you're doing this, is this open access when they're there, or how often can someone go in and look at the content and things like that?
Great question. So it's an annual subscription. So once people are in the platform, they have it for the year.
Okay.
So the university buys access for a set number of users, and then from that, everybody has their certificates. Those certificates can also be used for continuing education. And so then they're able to have all their faculty development all in one spot in a centralized location.
Right. So this goes back to the NCSBN simulation guidelines that say that faculty need formal training.
100%.
All right.
Yep.
So this is then putting in with the INACSL standards for professional development. Yeah, and so I just see that this is a wonderful thing. So who's providing the content? Are you developing the content, or who's providing the content?
Good question. So we are just the technology provider. So my background has been with Laerdal Medical for about a decade, as well as Walters Kluwer Health. And so I was mostly the software product manager in different products, SimN3G, vSim, et cetera. And the power of software to scale and actually benefit so many other users globally is extremely powerful. And what we found lacking for healthcare organizations was the technology in order to do this. So Beaker Health is only a technology platform. We leave content curation to the experts.
Okay.
So those are, for example, the Beth Hallmarks, the Pam Jeffries, the Desiree Diaz, like all the people that are at the top of their field. And so every institution can raise their benchmark into the simulationists while we do what we do best, and that's specifically with the technology.
So they're the subject matter experts. You're the content delivery expert.
You got it.
Okay.
So we disseminate, track, and then in addition, the organization gets all these analytics, they get back the measurements, and so they're able to track to create better content, to have more focused content for what they want in future conferences, figure out what users want in the future.
Right. So Beaker Health. How long has Beaker Health been around? And the name. Where did you come up with Beaker Health?
Yeah. So we've been around for 3 years. We're working mostly over in Europe, and then we've come into the U.S. We're also in Canada and quite a few other countries with some ghosts. But the name came from, we obviously are a healthcare-led organization, and within a beaker, if you remember in science class,
Yeah.
the liquid you have inside is called the solution, and we're pouring solutions from one beaker to the other.
Okay.
So we're looking to share solutions, which is what we're doing with all the content.
Well, I think that's just fascinating that you took the time to really pick out that name because you
Yeah.
want to be the solution. Because the one thing we do know is that if faculty are not trained, then they don't deliver the best simulation. And you can read and you can look at those INACSL standards, but it really, those healthcare standards of best practice simulation, that is the wonderful thing, is that you then have these sessions, right? Are they recorded? Or are they like, do you have the PowerPoints, or what does it look like? How's that? What does it
Great.
look like?
So the beauty of the platform is actually the simplicity of it. We have allowed every healthcare user or professional they don't want to learn new software. They don't need to be onboarded. They need to focus on what they need to focus on, and learning new software is not one of them.
Right.
So everything is uploaded by the organization or the educator filling out the purpose, category, etc. And then they have the video or the PowerPoint showing the learning objectives of what they're doing, and then all that's curated into the certificate or continuing education module. So from the learner standpoint, you don't need a training, you don't need an onboarding. We've had now thousands of users. I think we've had 2 people reach out for some support issue. Doesn't matter what it was, but it's very, very low number that we've had reached out.
So if you could sum it up, what is Beaker Health bringing to a INACSL organization and their members, most importantly, their members?
So when it comes to the organization, that majority of the revenue goes to INACSL when they purchase access to the platform. In addition, we also help with analytics and data to curate the message of how the INACSL members and users want from INACSL in the future. For the learner and the organizations that are purchasing the content, the answer would be simplicity. So it saves time, it saves time, it saves time. And from a cost standpoint, it's actually lower because they're not having to reallocate internal members into creating this education. Plethora of other value propositions, but overall, it's just saving time for the organization.
Right. So everyone, when this goes up on our YouTube channel, so what do you want people to know most about Beaker Health?
I think that we're nothing without our partners. So working with INACSL, a slew of other simulation groups has been fantastic. But what we want them to know is that we're preparing all future organizations for competency-based education. And this is going to be the best way to actually always receive the most current, accurate, up-to-date content in the most simplistic form for all your faculty and simulationists.
So when you started bringing up competency-based education, will this help institutions kind of keep track of how their educators are trained to train competency-based learners?
100%, yes. I mean, that's exactly what INACSL is at the forefront here doing by making sure that everybody's able to have this education.
Well, I want to thank you for taking this time. I know you got to talk to people, and you're going to have a great opportunity to see what's happening at INACSL, and we'll go through other sessions to see what's being offered. And once again, want to thank everyone for watching this and to be present here at INACSL 2024 and their exhibit hall. And once again, I'm here with Jared Jeffries at Beaker Health. You have a great day.
Thank you, Teresa.